Hi, I'm Mike Huff.
And I'm Lori Westbrook Martin, and together we are View from Two.
And with us today in a special studio show at Fox River Harley Davidson, thank you, Brian, thank you, Jeff, is Judy Kaenel, the president of Dukane A.B.A.T.E.
Pretty impressive, I'm telling you. We
we
made her sit still for a long time here. It's pretty cool. We're going to talk to Judy about the Dukane Women's Run, which comes up on August 9th. And this is one of the most spectacular runs we've got around. And I know we're going to get into that in a second about exactly what's going to go on this year, because you've got some new stuff planned for us, I understand.
Absolutely.
Cool. What else you got going on other than that?
Thank Victory Leather for their sponsorship.
We also have this beautiful Santa girl.
Yeah, they are cute. She knows them all personally.
Yes,
Yes, I do.
That was another brainchild of yours, which was amazing, and getting picked up by one of the Kansas A.B.A.T.Es. I have
did
to
not
talk
know
to you
that.
about that. See,
Wow.
I have surprised Judy Kaenel. That doesn't happen very often.
Doesn't happen very often.
All right, let's get to the meat of the story here.
Yeah.
Which be Judy. What caused you, or how did you come up with the idea for the women's run?
Well, it was.
And how long ago was that?
Well, it was 6 years ago.
Okay.
It started 6 years ago. This will be our 6th year. And when I took over events 7 years ago with the Dukane Chapter, I realized that there was events that were working, events that weren't, but there was nothing very specific for women themselves. After 2003, you have seen a huge uptick in women writers.
Oh, absolutely.
When I was writing, all the time in the 90s, you didn't see that. I was one of the rare ones, even the 80s, 70s. That was very... I started looking at some of the different things that they did for women out through the United States, and I wound up calling Harley Davidson Corporate.
Okay.
Because they did have a very successful women's run up there, that they were focused on the women. Vicki Sanfilippo also had a wonderful women's run as well in the state of Wisconsin, but
Okay.
Illinois was lacking. So we wanted something that the women could go that wasn't bar to bar to bar, that was different from anything else out there, where it was more concentrated in writing for 15 minutes and done.
Right.
We wanted to have something that was about empowering the women writer, teaching the women writer, and getting them confidence and things like that for the new women writers. So 6 years ago, we started a women's run. We started our first event at Alley 64.
How many women did you have first time
We
out?
had 50.
Okay.
50 women showed up.
And 5 years later, well, no, last year...
Last year we had actually 150 solo women writers plus
Plus
writers that came with their partners on the back of the bike, and plus men writers that were solo as well. So it was probably basically around, I think that the last count was 210 people that were on this.
I road guarded it. It was a great time.
Yeah, and one of the things
Always
that
is.
we do differently with this is that we take them on a really great ride. We partner them, the women writers that don't have as much experience, with an experienced
Oh,
writer.
that's your mentoring program.
My mentoring
That's right.
program.
Yes, I heard about that 2 years ago.
We will identify the women that have been writing for more than 5 years. They raise their hand, we put the band on, and the girls are gravitated towards them, and they ride with the very new rider that has never done a group ride. Kind of gives them an idea what to think about, what to expect, how to ride, when it is stagger formation, what are you looking for?
How to handle when the road guards come up that are going to be blocking the intersections.
Absolutely.
And passing. What to
Absolutely.
do with that. That was something that somebody brought up
Yeah.
that was mentored last year.
We teach them all kinds of different things, because you are going to have different challenges that come up in group rides.
Right.
You have group rides in the United States that are very well done, where their focus is very much on safety, and you have group rides that are not necessarily that good and is a little bit more looser. So it's good for the women, especially the new riders, to get into that position. From there, we decided to empower the women writer by teaching them things. Whether it was from one of our first speakers years ago was a woman that started her own motorcycle magazine, and she was a female. She was one of the only ones in the United States. She was one of 3 in the United States, Jen Konurk, and she came and spoke. We've had women that have been riding since they were, oh my gosh, we had one.
6
well,
or 8
we had
because they were
one
on dirt
lady-
bikes, yeah.
One lady came up here. She was with the motor riders.
Right.
Motormaids.
Motormaids.
yeah.
And she was 82 years old.
Yeah.
She talked about riding in the 30s and 40s when it was absolutely unheard of.
Right.
So it was a wonderful thing. We've had, every once in a while, we'll have these, some of the people like mechanics from our, host endpoint
Okay.
come and teach the ladies how to work on their bike if they're alone, what to do in an emergency, things like that. This year is an awesome year.
Well, and I mean, at one time you had me speak about accident scene management.
Absolutely.
You know, so it is the empowerment of women, and it's women speakers. Last year, I was blown away. You had Jean Davidson and her son John, and
That
I
would be
spent.
the granddaughter of Willie G.
I mean, and she was writing, and I got to spend an incredible day and
Yeah.
evening with them. They are incredible folks as well. So.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
And if we can keep it fresh, but our goal is to keep it fresh every year. So yes, we do reach out. We start to talk, to different people to come and speak, different women to come. This year we're doing an empowerment. We are going to delve in some of the areas that are a little difficult, but they're very needed in the motorcycling community. One of them is domestic violence.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
likes to talk about it, but it's out there. It's an
Nobody
everyday
likes
thing,
to talk
and you
about
need
it.
to-
And I am a victim of domestic violence, and I obviously survived it, and now I go and help those
Right.
get through it and get through what I had to get through.
Well, it's important for the women riders out there to know, the key things to look for within their fellow sisters of the wind. We want them to be able to know how to approach women that may be in situations, but do it in a way that's not publicly, but do it in a way that's
Right.
more,
A
more
sisterhood.
one-on-one. More of a
It's like
sisterhood.
calling a sister and saying,
Yeah.
listen, I know something's wrong.
Yeah, and just giving them the options that there's help out there. If you want to choose it, I'll help you through it. But we're going to delve with that. I'm also looking at some of our female politicians that are amazing for ABATE of Illinois and helping us pass laws that keep us safe. And I'd like to have somebody come out and talk about that. So we've got some things on the lineup. As always, first 50 girls get a free run shirt.
I'm telling you,
And
I
they're
have
really
them
pretty.
all.
And they're really pretty. We are still looking for sponsors for our t-shirts, which is awesome. So we will get them on there, and we get them, their names get out there. We've had anything from photographers sponsor to Law Tigers. is
We
one of our
will
big ones.
chat with you. Maybe
Oh,
maybe
absolutely.
Two Wheel Productions, who produces our shows
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
We'll get our name on there
We'll
this
look
year.
into that. Absolutely.
So we'd be honored to do that. When is the women's run this year?
The women's run is on August 9th.
Okay,
And the start point will be right here at Fox River Harley Davidson. We're going to
Okay.
take them on a wonderful ride. Instead of doing a in-between lunch stop, what we're going to do is at our end point is going to be feeding us.
No
which is going to
fruit
be
market.
Awesome. That's okay. We're going to take you on a ride first and get you going up there, and then we're going to be end point will be over at DeKalb Harley.
I think one of the most amazing things is I have been kind of class photographer for the past every year we've been,
Right.
and the route that Dukane Women's Run takes is so gorgeous. It's breathtaking. Whether you're on a bike or in a car or wherever you are, it's a breathtaking route
Right.
that you have every year.
Well, they take the route very seriously.
We
Oh
do.
yeah, you are very protected on this route. What time is KSU? KSU means kickstands up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Registration, so line up and registration will be at 9:30 in the morning on that day. Kickstands up will be at 10:30.
Okay.
They'll take you through a wonderful route. I want to remind you, the women, that these routes have their challenges. We want to have women learn how to do curves. We want them to have to learn how to do different challenging intersections.
Right.
It's not going to be unsafe. We make sure that the roads are very good, but we want these women to learn how to do things and take their pace.
Right.
So that is one of the most important things. Stacy Chabowski, I tapped her from Little Angels, and
Amen.
she is literally one of my most wonderful events coordinator assistant. She works with Wally. She
Right.
does everything from volunteer, gathering to her baby is the women's run.
Right.
We decided we like women to design the run, and we want them to go through with it. So it's very important. So it's women run from start to finish.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
I'm one of, I think a dozen road guards, at least a dozen
If
road
not
guards.
more, yeah,
Right.
because there was quite a lot of them as we
Yeah.
went through
Right.
those intersections.
We utilize anywhere between 20 to 35 road guards, and in this instance, what we do like to use with this run is called stationary road guarding,
Right.
where you will see a very large group of people go off on their motorcycles prior to kickstands up. Don't follow them. As it happened one year, we had a group of women
I remember that.
follow our road
I
guards,
remember that
and they
too.
couldn't understand why the women's run was going 95 miles an hour, but it worked.
And we would never go 95 miles an hour. Never.
So what we do is we have them out there so when the women pass, they have they're greeted by the road guards at the intersections. They know that it's safe and it's already under control.
Another thing that is very important is that all of the municipalities also are notified, and most of them, if they're not on a call, because it is the smaller towns, they are all hands-on and helping us get through the major intersections, even though we have the road guards out there.
Absolutely.
So it's a very well-run ride.
Thank you. Appreciate
Well,
that.
thanks, Jude.
Oh.
This is
I
one of
love
my
being
favorite
here.
rides of the year. Haven't
you
missed
go.
one. Have all the shirts.
This is a great ride.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a truly great ride.
And this is one that needs to be on the calendar. August 9th, be here, Fox River Harley Davidson. It is, yeah, it's a great time. And the speakers, last year I was so blown away by Gene Davidson. And it's like, this woman is an encyclopedia of knowledge. And not a lot of people, not a lot of women stereotyping want to hear about the grassroots of Harley Davidson. But she's got so much other stuff going on. So, I mean, it was a great show.
It was great. I walked around with her. This place was closed, and we had done an interview with her for the toy run and things like that, and a couple of PSAs. And I walked around with her in a closed, huge dealership, and we walked around hand in hand. I felt like I was with my mom. It was really cool. Again, we'd like to thank Judy Kaenel, president of
Thank you.
Dukane A.B.A.T.E,
Thank you, Judy.
for her wonderful interview. As usual, Judy can speak like nobody else.
And if I didn't say it, that's my president because I'm her VP.
That's
so.
right. And I'm on the PR team this year, so for the toy and food run. We'd also, again, like to thank our why can't I think of things today? And it's
Sponsors.
Okay. Sponsors, there's the
Eddie
word.
with Victory Leather.
You can get a hold of us at aviewfrom2@yahoo.com. Our website
It is
is.
aviewfrom2.com.
And all of our phone numbers and things like that are available there. You can also go on Facebook and find us, and you can go on Facebook and find the Dukane A.B.A.T.E chapter events page. Isn't that what it's called?
Yes, it's it's bateofil.com/Dukane.
There you go.
And they've got plenty of events coming up, and we're going to talk about some of those events on other shows.
All right. Thanks so much again for tuning in.
I'm
Thank
Mike.
you.
I'm Lori.
Thanks for watching A View from Two.
And as always,
Two
down
down low.
low.
All got different stories, we come from different places. We have a bond that crosses all creeds and races. We stand united, but remain diverse. It's all to give, there's no reverse. With the love for the road, we're all chasing off to a better place. We're all racing, a place to help in any way. Let's fire up and get on our way. Open roads lead to open minds. Rev up that motor, leave your kids behind. Jump on that highway to a world that's new. 'Cause everything changes when it's viewed from two. Yeah. It's a brotherhood aimed towards education. It's a movement sweeping across our nation. Toys for tots and a homeless will try. Helping those less fortunate makes us feel alive. Awareness and money for a worthy cause. People willing to help without any pause. Opening our hearts to a world that's ignored. When you give up yourself, you receive much more. Open roads lead to open minds. Rev up that motor, leave your cares behind. Jump on that highway to a world that's new. 'Cause everything changes